Eyes closed. Snowball. Say the prayer, Snowball. Snowball, there is connectivity problem. Ariba, say the prayer.
Yes, sister. Morning prayer. Dear Lord, I thank you that no matter what I may face today, with your help, I will be able to endure, overcome, and prevail. I thank you in advance for your strength and energy that will sustain me, your wisdom that will guide me, and may your peace that fill me. May I honor you today in all I think, say, or do. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Thank you, Ariba. Yes, Misty, say the third child.
Thought for the day. The time is always right to do what is right. I repeat my thought. The time is always right to do what is right.
Okay, good. Children, Snowball, there is some connectivity problem. So your voice was not very clear. Maybe you can say the prayer tomorrow, Snowball. Okay. We continue, children. We spoke. Tomorrow I'm going to take a test. So be prepared yourself. Read the lesson. These marks, please all of you mute yourself.
Sister, which lesson you are going to take test?
Yes, so please mute yourself, everyone. Lesson number 20 and lesson number 21. Both the
Sister,
lessons I'm going to take a test. Please mute
reading
yourself. Oral test. Question answers will be asked. Now I want Purva, unmute yourself. Purva. Purva, unmute yourself. Janvi Slatia, unmute yourself. Janvi. Janvi.
Yes, sister.
Janvi, I'm going to share the screen. You will give me the answer. So keep yourself unmute, okay?
Yes,
Janvi,
sister.
keep yourself unmute because I'm going to ask questions to you. Okay?
Yes, sister.
So you will answer me when I'm asking you questions.
Okay, sister.
Can you see my screen? Janvi?
Yes, sister.
Okay, what is written?
Sister, sister, there is our government.
Okay, right. So children, we spoke about Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha. So today I'm going to speak about state government. We spoke about the state government also. We spoke about the state government last time. So each state has a lower house called the Legislative Assembly, or another word for that Legislative Assembly is Vidhana Sabha. I said some states have both the houses, Vidhan Parishad and Vidhan Sabha. That depends upon the population of that particular state. Understood? All
Yes,
pay
sister.
attention. Every state has a lower house, Legislative Assembly, that is known as Vidhan Sabha. And the members of the state legislative assemblies are elected by the people of that particular state. And those elected members, they are known as MLA. Elected members are known as MLA, that is Member of Legislative Assembly. Members of the Legislative Assembly. MLA full form, members of Legislative Assembly. And the winning party, the winning MLAs, the majority party which wins, Either it's from Aam Aadmi or the BJP or the Congress, whichever party wins the majority of party, they form the government in the state. They form the government in the state and they make the rules and regulations for the entire state. And those MLAs, they choose who will be a CM, who will be a CM, Chief Minister of that particular state. Then the president, the governor of that state appoints him as the chief minister. The governor of that state appoints him as the chief minister. Understood? And the MLAs will be given different duties. Some states have both the houses, that is upper house, legislative council or Vidhan Parishad, legislative council or Vidhan Parishad. Especially Andhra Pradesh, Bihar, Karnataka, Maharashtra, Telangana and Uttar Pradesh. These have lot of population. Therefore, they have two houses. This is all about the state government. This is all about the state government. Now I'm going to the judiciary. The next form is the judiciary. Now judiciary means that is the judge, police, lawyers, all they will come under the judiciary. Understood? So it is the duty of the judiciary. It is duty of the judiciary to see. Judiciary implements the laws. Children, here is a mistake here. Law it is. Judiciary implements means puts into practice the laws which are made by the parliament. Judiciary sees the laws which have been discussed by the parliament, which are made by the parliament, to see that everyone puts them into practice. Everyone puts them into practice. And it is the duty of the judiciary to see that everyone is protected. Everyone is protected. And to see that there is peace and harmony in the country. There is peace and harmony in the country. Judiciary also maintains law and order in the society. Law and order means same, protection, peace, harmony, to see that in the country everything goes on smoothly. That is the duty of the judiciary. Those who break the law, action will be taken against them and they will be penalized. They will be asked to pay the fine and they will be punished. And they also will be put behind bars. They will be kept in the prison if they are not following the rules and regulations. You might have seen yesterday what happened in the TV. While yesterday was the 26th January, it was a Republic Day. You might have seen the things which were happening in so farmers are going on farmers are protesting, and you might have seen yesterday the things what happened at Delhi. So judiciary sees that there is law. Judiciary puts into practice the laws which are made by the parliament. They carry out, and they also see that there is protection for every citizen. There is peace and harmony in the country. And those who break the law, action will be taken against them. Means if they are not following the rules and regulations, they will be punished. They will be penalized. They will be asked to pay the fine. They will be given some punishment. They will be put also behind bars. Okay. Judiciary also solves the disputes between the states. Sometimes there are two states don't get along. Sometimes the two states fight for the rivers. Now, for example, you might have seen Karnataka and Tamil Nadu was fighting for the Kaveri river water. So that disputes have to be settled. These fights have to be settled by the judiciary. Understood? Sometimes there are individual organizations also. Now this farmers protest. This all will be seen by the judiciary. So judiciary is going to take an action. Understood? And whatever the organization, the different individual organizations will be solved by the judiciary. And judiciary also is an independent. It is not depending on the prime minister or the president. They work independently. Their decisions are not influenced, not affected by the government. Their decisions are not affected by the government. They take the decisions which is for the betterment of the country, of its citizens. The decisions are not influenced by the government. That is the meaning of that. Supreme Court is the highest court of justice in India. Now we have the Supreme Court. Supreme Court is situated in Delhi. It is the highest court of justice in India. Now in the state, if you are not happy with the given, you have some issue or the society has some issue. If the society files a complaint in the court, if the society is not happy with the justice given by the High Court of that particular state, then the case can be forwarded in the Supreme Court. Case can be forwarded in the Supreme Court. So Supreme Court will give the justice. But whatever justice is given by the court, children, whether we like it or not, we need to accept it. We need to accept it. So Supreme Court is the highest court of justice in India. It is situated in Delhi. In the state level, the highest court is known as High Court. In the state level, highest court of justice in the state is known as High Court. Every state has a High Court. Understood? In the state level, the highest court of justice is known as High Court. And in the state also you have district court. You have also taluka court. In the state you have High Court and also you have district court and taluka court. So here we complete this and I want everyone to read this lesson and tomorrow I'm going to ask questions. I told you also. Ashmit, what happened? Please pay attention there. Ashmit, sit straight please. Ashmit call, sit straight. Yes, Bhumika, please read about judiciary. Be quick about the judiciary. Please read. Tanushri, please read. Apruti, read. Apruti, please read. Yes, Ashwika, can you please read?
Yes, sister. The judiciary ensures justice for all Indian citizens. The people who break law are punished by the court. The judiciary helps to solve
Disputes.
Okay, sister. Disputes between the state government and our high courts. There are also smaller organizations in India. We have a court such as season courts and independent judiciary. This means district court that the decision of the court cannot be influenced by the president, prime minister or any political party. The Supreme Court is the highest court of justice in India. It is located in New Delhi. It is headed by the Chief Justice of India, who is appointed by the president. At the state level, their sister only this much.
Okay, good. Now children, here we complete and the question answers I will send it to you. Fill in the blanks, I will tell the answers and state true and false. Be quick, mark it in your book. Everyone. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court is appointed. Please mute yourself, everyone. The Chief Justice of the Supreme Court is appointed by the President. Answer is President. The term of the Lok Sabha members is 5 years. 5 years. In India, elections are held every 5 years. Answer is 5 years. The Rajya Sabha is also known as the upper house. Upper house. Number 5. The governor of a state is appointed by the president. By the president. True and false, I will send it to you later. Okay. Now I want Divyanshi Basotra. Mute yourself. Unmute yourself.
Yes,
Remain unmute. Yes, number 4 is upper house. Number 4 is upper house. Can you see the screen?
No, sister. Yes, sister.
What is
So now
written?
it is written jewelry.
Now,
So you are sharing
now what can you see?
the United Nations.
Okay, children, now I'm going to do the next topic, the United Nations. Please pay attention. Okay. Dhriti, read loudly what is on the screen.
Yes, sister. The First World War 1914 to 1918. Second World War 1939 to 1945. Wars caused a lot of devastation, destruction. Millions lost their lives. Those countries who were involved were also affected. So, in order to avoid such incidents in future, the need to arose find a way that would prevent wars and gain peace between countries. Therefore, the formation of UN started, means
Okay.
United Nations.
Okay, children, please pay attention. The First World
Sister,
was, yes,
what was the answer of fifth fill in the blank?
that I will send it to you later on. It's president. Children, the First World War started in the year 1914 and it ended 1918. It lasted 5 years. And the Second World War started in the year 1939 and it ended 1945. You know, when there is a war, there is so much of destruction. People lose their property, people get misplaced. Some family members remain in one place and sometimes some get lost. Then there's so much of physical injury. People lose their lives. Okay. So wars cause a lot of devastation, means there is so much of chaos, confusion. People lose their lives. There's so much of destruction, no buildings. There's so much of damage. Understood? The buildings, everything come as if the pack of cards, you will find everything underground or on the ground, everything is shattered. Okay. So not only the millions of people who lost their lives, there were countries who were not involved in the war also were affected. That time was British, we were under the British rulers because we got the independence only in the year 1947. So we were under the Britishers. So in order to avoid such incidents in the future, in order to avoid such incidents, which are those incidents? The war. Understood? To avoid such incidents in the future, the need arose. They decided now we need to prevent these wars so that there is peace in the country, there is harmony in the country, we can live in a peaceable manner. So therefore they decided we need to form something. We need to form something. So they came under, they decided to have a formation of UN. Formation of UN. Now let's see what is the meaning of this UN. UN stands for United Nations. UN stands
Nations.
for United Nations. Okay. Okay. 1 minute. After the First World War, now how it formed, how this UN is formed. After the First World War, after the First World War, many countries came together. Many countries came together. A League of Nations. League of Nations means many nations coming together. League of Nations means many nations coming together, many countries coming together. It's aim only to bring peace. The aim of this League of Nations, the aim of United Nations is only to bring peace. They did not succeed in bringing the peace. They did not succeed in bringing the peace. So the Second World War began. So Second World War began. So what was the aim of the first League of Nations, the United Nations? To bring peace. Since the league failed, they were not able to bring the peace. So it lasted, the Second World War lasted for 6 years, and it got more destruction than the First World War. So this led many countries to promote peace. The League of the Nations was replaced. Now the name was changed into United Nations Organization. So the name was changed into United Nations Organization. Therefore, it is known as today UNO. The name was given by the Franklin Roosevelt. He was the 32nd president of USA. So he gave the name United Nations Organization. The name was given by Franklin Roosevelt. The name was given by the President Franklin D. Roosevelt. Understood. He gave the name United Nations Organization. Now, the aim of this organization, the aim of the UNO is to bring about world peace. To bring about world peace. Now, this was UNO was established on 24th October 1945. It was established on 24th October 1945. And that day, 24th October, is celebrated as United Nations Day. 24th October is celebrated as the United Nations Day. Understood? I hope this much is clear. Is it clear? Navya, is
Yes,
it
sister.
what I said so far? Please,
Yes, sister.
everyone, please pay attention. It's very important. Now let's
Sister,
see
can I
the.
read?
No, I will explain then later on maybe. Okay. Now let's see what are the principles of the UN. What are the principles of UN? UN stands for United Nations Organization. Let's see what are the principles. There should be mutual support and respect among the nations, the countries which are there in the United Nations. There should be mutual support and respect among the nations, among the different countries. Members will not interfere in the affairs of one another of each other's country. Members will not interfere in the affairs of each other's country. Now, I cannot interfere in the country, Sri Lankan country or the Bangladesh, or Bangladesh cannot interfere with Pakistan. We cannot interfere in each other's affairs. Okay. Then the members should settle disputes by peaceful manner. If there are any disputes, because we forever fight with the neighboring countries, for whatever issues, we are supposed to settle those arguments, those issues in a peaceful manner. In a peaceful manner. The members should support the UN. We are supposed to support the UN and help maintain peace across the world. Because if I'm at peace with my neighboring country, then only I will be cooperating with the other countries who are far away, isn't it? All the aim of this is only peace. That you must remember. Huh? Okay, now you read.
Okay, sister. Principles of UN. United Nations. There should be mutual support and respect among the nations. Members will not interfere in the affairs of another country. The members should settle disputes by peaceful means. The members should support United Nations and help maintain peace across the world.
Okay. Pay attention, children. Now let's see what are the objectives of the UN. What are the objectives, the main objectives? What are the main objectives? To maintain international peace and security. To maintain peace and security. So we should work for peace. If there is peace, then I can live peacefully. If there is peace, I can sleep also peacefully. To settle disputes between member countries in a peaceful manner, because this is member country means the countries which are taking part in the UN. And let's also know how many countries are there. There are many countries. To develop friendly relations among nations, to be always friendly, have a friendly relationship among the countries. Understood? to ensure equal rights for all nations, not only because Sri Lanka is very close to us, so we support fully Sri Lanka. No, it is the decisions which are made by the UN. It is for all. Everyone has the same right. Not because Europe is very close there. No, India is far away, Asia is far away. No, for everyone has equal rights. To promote respect for human rights and freedom for all. To promote respect for human rights and freedom for all. To help develop the world economically, culturally, and socially. Now, if you find any countries, whereas Asia, India, we are backward countries. But to help economically. Now, if any problem is there, any disaster, catastrophe takes place, UN helps. UN helps. Now, what are the main organs? Later on, the main organs are General Assembly, Security Council, Secretariat, Economic and Social Council, International Court of Justice. Let's find out now what is the meaning of this. Main organs are General Assembly, Security Council, Secretariat, Economic and Social Council, and International Court of Justice. Now, let's see what is the meaning of by saying General Assembly. Now, its main organ of the UN is, there are 193 countries are there. 193 countries. This N should be capital. I made a mistake. So there are 193 countries are there in the UN. Okay, who have formed this UN. It has only one vote. Only one vote in the assembly. No, there won't be more than one vote. It meets once a year to discuss budget and important matters. It meets once a year to discuss the budget and if any issues are there. And the headquarters are at New York. The headquarters at New York. Now let's see what is the Security Council. The second organ is the Security Council. It's responsible to maintain international peace and security. Now it has, Security Council has 15 members. Security Council has 15 members and 5 of them are permanent. 5 of them are permanent. That is one is from USA, second one is UK, third one is France, fourth is Russia, and the fifth is China. But the 10 are elected for a period of 2 years. 10 of them are elected for a period of 2 years. Now, this is very important, children. The permanent members, they have veto power. Now, let's see what is the meaning of veto power. Now, veto power means the right to snap, to write a stop on, children, I made a mistake here. The right to stop a law be passed. Now, if any member decides, children, please mute yourself wherever that noise is. If any member decides, Kriti, please mute.
Sister, there's not noise from
Never
my
mind,
side.
but you
It's
please
from
mute. Please mute. Please mute everyone. Everyone, please mute yourself. Divyanshi, please mute.
Okay, sister.
If any member decides to vote against any proposal being discussed, it will not be passed. The meaning of veto power means if any member doesn't vote, he does not want to pass that particular resolution, pass that particular proposal, it will not be passed. That is the meaning of veto power. I hope you all are paying attention. That is the meaning of Security Council. Now, what is the meaning of Secretariat? What is the, I hope all have copied the meaning of veto power. Secretariat. Now let's see what is the meaning of Secretariat. Secretariat prepares report, like secretary, prepares the reports, maintains all the records, carries out all the day-to-day business, all the day-to-day activities of the UN. The head of the Secretariat is the Secretary General. Understood? Secretary General. Secretary General is elected for 5 years. Secretary General is elected for 5 years. Secretary General of the UN is, at present it is Antonio Guterres. Antonio Guterres at present. I hope this is clear to everyone. Now, Economic and Social Council. Economic and Social Council. Economic and Social Council helps to resolve the economic and social issues of the world. Economic and Social Council sees and makes sure if there are any problems in the economic and social issues of the world, they will solve them. They will solve them. Helps in improving the living conditions of the people all over the world. This is the duty of the Economic and Social Council. It helps in improving the living conditions of the people all over the world. It also protects the human rights and sends food and clothing, and also if there are essential things which are needed for the needy and those who are affected by the natural calamities. So, Economic and Social Council also sees the improving of the living conditions of the people and also protects the rights of the people and sends food and clothing when there are natural calamities. And in the socio-economic council, there are 54 members in this, and they have been elected by the General Assembly for 3 years. They have been elected by the General Assembly for 3 years. Okay. I want everyone to copy on page 123 what you have. Page 123, you will copy it in your notebook neatly. Everyone.
Okay, sister.
International Court of Justice also you will say it. Okay. Now, children, what has been taught, please read. Tomorrow I am going to take a test of this both the lessons, lesson number 20 and lesson number 21. Everyone, whatever have been covered up, and tomorrow as soon as I come, I will teach. Then I will be asking questions on this. So don't tell me I do not know. Yes.
Tomorrow is test of lesson number 20 and 21.
Yes, and you will be having the exam also offline. Okay.
Yes, sister. Sister, I was asking that, sister, you have said now that those who have done the project on notebooks, so no problem. And I have also done on A4 size sheet.
That's okay, child. Okay.
Sister, I have completed
Okay.
before and after also.
Okay.